Hello everyone. It's Miriam here at the Paper Wheel Studio, the home of your wheelchair crafter. Welcome. I also welcome my new subscribers. I'm still learning all this YouTube stuff, so I apologize I can't give their names at this point. I'm learning how to access my subscriber list. And I also have not been able to figure out how to do a drawing from my random subscribers. So if anyone knows that and you can shoot me a message, that would be wonderful. I plan to, after I finish this video, I'm going to get on my phone and figure that out, because I have a completed journal that's going to go to one of you. So if you're not subscribed, be sure you subscribe. There will be a subscription link at the end of my video. And if you could like or leave me a comment, let me know if you try the things that I do on my video, or if you have any suggestions, questions for new videos. Today, it's a weekend day, and it is actually day 14 of the 100-day challenge or project. I did not record a video for my day 13. However, I will be posting a few pictures I actually crafted with my granddaughter, and she made her own journal. I helped her. We just used simple colored paper and used the staple binding method, just one signature. And she then began to decorate it with, drawing, writing, coloring, stickers. And we really had a good time. And I just have some pictures at our kitchen table with her working on it that I will share with you. So you can check that out if you haven't already seen it when you watch this video. And I think that's everything I needed to say. Today, I simply am going to make a very simple project. Many people have done these on YouTube. They're really great to just stick in your journals. They are simply an envelope folio using 2 different envelopes. I actually have 4 envelopes, and I went ahead and got my pages to be the correct size that I wanted for these 4 envelopes. They're all within, a fraction of each other. I just simply folded the page over where I wanted it and tore it down the side. So, give me a moment here. I'm going to bring you guys down just a little bit more here. It's just, you won't be able to see anything differently. It's just easier for me because then the camera's not right in my field of vision. So anyway, I have my 4 envelopes. So we're just going to start with making this little folio, and we'll decorate it. If we have time, we'll put a second one together. Not sure I'll have time to decorate the second one, but we'll see how we get along here. You know me, I craft slowly, but that's okay. It's not a race to get anything finished. I think I'm just going to start out here with inking my at least 4 of my pages. Yeah, one of them's ripped, but that's okay. I can still glue it down. Nobody's even going to know once I get it glued down. But I'm going to lay that one to the side and pick out 4 papers to go in this one. These are nautical papers. They came in a little tablet from, I believe it was from Temu, where they had the small papers. I think I need to move my bowl over and work in just a little different area here, because I don't think you can actually see too much what I'm doing here. There we go. Is that better? Do you think? Lots better? Or do you... If you have any suggestions, I'm gladly open to suggestions. But keep in mind, I am in a wheelchair, so I'm trying to do things to the best of my capabilities. So those 2 are the same. I'm going to lay those on top of each other. I don't want to put 2 of the same in the book. I want 4 different pieces when I make this. And I don't think I want to put the Oceana. I'll make it in a different one other than the boy journal that I'm making. So let's see what I got here, or what I have, I should say. I'm going to use the map. I really like the map, and the whale. That will be that. Let's use this one. And let's see, one of these seahorses. I like this one. It has a lot of extra blues on. I actually have more than 8 pages here, so a few extras I got along the way here, I think. That's all right. We'll use them somehow. I'm just going to take my 2 envelopes, lay them with the flap up, and I'm going to go ahead and open my flaps. I'm basically using these more for pages. I think I'm only going to leave one of them open. I'm going to glue that to the back there. And I'm going to go ahead and keep this one closed, and I'll be covering it. So I don't like to glue it right up on the very fold. So I'm going to put them together like this so that when I turn them over, I'll be able to glue it. So first of all, though, let me just glue this one envelope shut. This is just some white PVA glue that I put in this little, well, I had someone put in this little squirt bottle for me. That way I get the fine point here when I'm recording. See how hard it is. Oh, there it goes. It's not too hard to squeeze. I think I can pretty well manage this. Might not be able to run a line, but I can get some dots on here. I have a hard time with glue bottles, so the Sugar Belle is one way you can go. I also have another glue bottle that I've used in other videos that I put my white glue in that works well for me. I thought about, does anyone have the, oh, I forget who makes it now, but it's called a glue press. I do have a little glue gun, but you can't really use it for this kind of gluing, or you get a lot of lumps in your stuff. I do use it sometimes for ephemera. But if you have, whoops, that didn't go down all the way, have used or know anybody that's used the glue press that's out, I think I've only found it available right now. I think it may be on Amazon. I'm not real sure on that. However, I know they have it at scrapbook.com because I've looked at it there. I'm waiting for, find it lower in price. I don't want to put out the price it's asking because I'd hate to get it and then not be able to use it and then have to turn around and sell it to somebody. Because I'm sure if I try it and can't use it once it's got glue in it, they're not going to take it back. I do like this, but this little thingy keeps getting in my way. So let me try holding that back a bit here. It is a little difficult for me to squeeze, so I likely will only use this when I need just a little bit of glue, like now. Because you don't really need a lot of glue there. You're going to be putting something down over top of it. So it really doesn't need to be a lot. And so that I have a pretty nice clean finish on my back, I'm going to turn this one over, or no, I don't. I want it this way. I'm going to turn it this way. That way, the paper that's glued on here will be the inside, and the outside will just simply have the one flap on it. So, I'm going to do, like I said earlier, I'm going to fold it over, and then I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to go ahead and glue these together prior to, and I think I'm going to switch over and use my glue stick here, folks. I use an Avery permanent glue stick I picked up on Amazon. They work pretty good. I prefer the Aleene's permanent glue stick, but they do not come in these larger sizes. Of course, they don't make the Scotch Create anymore. That's mostly, most junk journals do gravitate, junk journal creators gravitate toward that. But I've seen a lot also use Yoo-Hoo glue, and Scrapbooking with Me uses some type of photo safe glue stick. They even sell it on their website. And if you've not been to scrapbookingwithme.com, go over, check her out. She and her daughters, both of her daughters, make digitals. And she and her daughter, Melina, post videos. She does more often. It's Edith Ray, I believe is her last name that's listed. But she's known as Scrapbooking with Me, both on the internet, on YouTube, and I believe on Facebook as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. But they have a monthly subscription pack. I've purchased one of them. I am not subscribed. I can't because it's quite costly for me to do so. I'm on a very limited income each month. However, if you like getting new supplies each month, that would be wonderful because you could actually really supplement your crafting supplies. Before I cover this, I don't like how this might come up. I'm going to really stick it down here. I'm going to run some glue along this piece of blue washi tape, and I'm going to put it down over that seam before I glue any of my papers down, so that I can be sure that that'll give that a little bit more security. I'm not real fond of how I glued it together, so when in doubt, just give it a little bit of support from something else. Lace, washi tape, paper. You just can put it right over top of your seam there and really stick it down good. If you use glue stick and you don't get it in the right place or you don't get it straight, I actually didn't do too bad. I need to bring it over a little bit because I can see where it stuck, and it really didn't get over here on the other side, though I burnished it down great. I might have to add more glue here then. Now, let me simply run a glue down through here because I peeled some of my paper up with it, and try to straighten it out a bit. With the way the light's hitting, I don't know if you can see the fold there, but I can see it in real life. Well, it is real life, but I can actually see it here. I don't know that you can see it over the camera. Okay, that is much, much better. Much, much better. So, I'm going to, let's see, cut this and make sure the ends are glued down good. Put a little bit more glue down here. And then I'm just going to fold it over and use my little sanding stick over here and just sand off the excess. I like doing that rather than cutting it. I just think it gives it a more vintage look and looks pretty cool in the process as well. So let's see here. Just getting my sanding. It's just a coarse. It says 100 and 180. I probably got it on Amazon. Just a coarse nail file that you can use. It's designed for people, I think, that do acrylic nails or have them. I do not. I find it difficult to do things with my limitations if I do that. I don't have lots of strength anyway, so I just prefer not to have to do that. They do look beautiful, so they're just not for me. All right, there we go. Now we have that. So that is nicely covered. I did not want to do anything on the outside because there is no seam except over there where it's going to be covered by paper. You can see where I've glued that flat down to hold it together. So now we have this. I could have probably turned it the other way and put this in there, but I didn't want to have to get glue back in there. So I got to decide here which one I'm going to use for the front. And I think I want to use the whale. So this is my front. I did not ink these earlier like I said I was going to. So let me take a minute here. And I'm going to ink around my envelope and around my papers here. I'll probably just edit out my inking part because I know you know how to ink. So I probably won't leave all of it on here. There's no need for you to watch how to ink an envelope or papers, especially if you're not someone who inks at all. If you don't like it, don't do it. If you're on the fence, check out my video that says ink or not that I did a few days back now. and see what you think. Take a look at it and see the difference in what a couple different inks do compared to no inking when you're collaging. And I think you can see a big difference in your papers, especially on edges and things. It covers up the white edge of the paper, especially if you've torn it. It gives a really neat look along here. And this paper anyway just really picks up the ink big time. I'm going to wait and not ink around my thing. I'm just going to do my papers for now. Maybe it won't take too long and I can just not worry about getting that edited out. I don't know about you, but if you've ever edited a YouTube video, I'm not an expert at it and it takes time to do all that editing. It just doesn't. I edit my videos as little as possible. If I accidentally, the doorbell rings or something like that, I mean, you don't need to hear those things, so I would edit that out. However, I don't edit every single little, I leave the mistakes in here because this is a reality in my craft room. Everybody makes mistakes, and I like to show you how I fix them when I do make mistakes. So, that's just the way it goes in the craft room. I'm going to just go ahead and do these two. And I'm going to use one on the front and one on the back, and then I'll come along and ink the two for the inside. And then that way I won't have to worry about getting it edited out of there. So I'm going to cover this complete thing. Don't be like me and get a glue paper or something to glue on. I just find it easier. See, it's even wanting to not lay flat for me today for some reason. I find it so much easier. Did I? Yeah. I just folded that because I almost took my extra off the bottom, and if I'd have done that, I would have cut off part of my whale. When I trimmed these papers up to the right side, I just simply laid them down and folded the edge. I'll show you here in a moment after this goes down how I checked sizing and how I got them to be this size. I can show you exactly what I did, and I just find it so much easier to do that, not having to mess with all the, oops, I didn't get this piece corner down here, which really needs to go down since and that is completely covered. Nope, guess I need to put more. I'm going to just do it. I started to say you don't always have to see complete purple, but apparently since there wasn't purple there, I didn't have enough glue on it. So we're going to cover it completely, and then I have no question. Again, I think I got you out of frame. Sorry about that. I'll just move everything up a bit. And now I kind of want to get that, with the glue you can move things around a bit, and I want to get that in the center of this envelope as much as I can. So I'm going to close it back up so I don't miss my center line since I didn't do any inking. And here we go. Let's try this. See what I do here. Okay. I'm still crooked. I bet you I tore it crooked. I bet this piece was actually, let's see, let's just do the best I can to line it up here and go from there. If I have to, I'll take some off this edge. Yep, probably gonna have to. Maybe if I get it pulled back a little, I won't have to do that, but I think it's too late. Yep, it is. So I'm just going to, for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to trim this with roughly trim it with my scissors and kind of just tear it a bit with my scissors so that I don't get a neat cut look. Okay, so when I come back and ink this, that will take care of that. I was very crooked in my tearing, so we'll just take care of this and just kind of ink down that edge. I didn't leave a lot of brown like I intended to do because I tore crooked, but that's all right. We might just come along there and put some kind of trim when I'm all done. All right, so then I have this piece that I'm simply going to glue on this side, and I'm going to leave it open this time. Looks like I might have done just a slight better job of getting that baby straight. So I'm going to put that down. The inside will do slightly different, I believe. As far as getting the papers down, I will not put glue on the papers. I'll show you how when we get in there. You may already know if you have made any kind of an envelope folio and watched anybody do the envelope journals or folios, you'll see what I mean. I do prefer to make these little folios and the smaller journals. I just think it's more convenient for me to do so. But I also like the big journals too, so, you know, kind of torn sometimes into what my favorite projects are. Some I like more than others, and some I do to use items up, but I haven't ran into too many things that I dislike doing with the journals. So let's see where I think I'm going to put him on like this and let the map face that way, since it is going to be up and down, but that map's going to be sideways. So there we go. That went down very good. So let me get my little scrapey doodad here and scrape it down. Okay, so now I have this scrape down inside and out, and that kind of even, these were little flimsy envelopes, and once this glue completely dries, that will really give it, this little folio, some stability. So now I have these two pieces. I think I'll put the, I like that this is a finished edge, so I'm going to put that one on that side so that I have a finished edge here to put things in. And do I want to trim that a bit or bring it down just a bit so I can get things in there? I believe that I do. So let's see how I want to do this. Let me think. I think I just changed my mind. I think I'm going to put this one over here so he can be all the way glued down there. And I don't have to worry about any edges. And then I'm going to, on this one over here, I'm going to bring that down just a bit so that you can see that there's a pocket there. And I'm going to tear off another little strip, and I can show you how it is that I measured my papers. I just simply figured out where it is I needed it to be and eyeballed it, and just simply took my paper. And it is very, it is kind of flimsy when you're doing something like this, which is why it got torn extra in a couple places. But again, that will, like it just did there, that won't matter because once you glue it down, it won't make any difference. So I'm simply going to tear this strip off along. I am burnishing it down really, really, really super good with my fingernail. And then I'm going to turn it the other way and burnish it down. And then it should be very easy to just tear from there. Just once you get it really stuck down, I would say these papers are very good for decoupaging because of their thinness. I really have no clue what GSM they are. I do not know. But many of the papers, the little tablets like you get of these, they're 4 something by 5 something or 5 something by 6. I'm not real sure. But they work well for, you know, the 4 by 6 envelopes or anything right around in that size. Alright, so now I have this. I'm going to wait till I get it down, and then I'm going to come back and trim up a little bit of my envelope here. I'm going to get that down there straight as I can. And I'm going to come back and trim out a little, this little piece here on my envelope. I'll come back and trim that out. So this time, I simply want to get glued down on this part of the envelope. And since, let me ink the edge here. I didn't ink my newly torn edge. My bad, sorry. Yeah, see how that kind of just, I'm going to ink my dauber a bit because it just really blends in good. I didn't ink either of these pages. Why didn't you guys remind me I hadn't done that? It's a good thing I noticed before I got them down. I would have been mad at myself for forgetting. So, just going to ink along these edges so these will be ready to get down. And I'm using Stormy Sky for this journal. Most of what I'm inking in this journal is, I'm using Stormy Sky ink. It's a kind of a subtle deep blue. I don't know how else to describe it. You can see here, and you can see the pad when I opened it up there. But it's just a very pretty blue, and it's working out amazingly for the journal that I'm working on. So, all right. I want to get that good torn edge look there. And that'll be on the inside rather than the outside. So I'm going to get my glue down on this and get it down. I'm still going to use the paper because this side, remember we closed that envelope there. Let me get this strip out of my way before I end up gluing it down. All right, there we go. Get this down here. And if I have to, I can always put washi tape down my side edges. If it's looks too crooked and it doesn't look right when I get this done. Washi tape and papers. I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong because you can always cover something up. And here we go. It's 27 after, and I'm still gluing my papers down to my base. Oh well. You guys have stuck around. Please be sure you subscribe at the end of my video. That helps me to grow. I do have several people who have stopped by and have watched some of my videos, but they do not subscribe for whatever reason. It costs nothing. It is totally free to subscribe to my videos on YouTube. So please subscribe. It really helps me out if you subscribe to my channel. I'm still new at this and learning and growing, but it really helps out my channel to grow if you subscribe when you're here and if you're watching my videos. And besides, if you're going to watch them, you can hit that bell also and be notified when I put up a video. Now, when I do the inside here where this envelope is, we'll make sure I'm definitely in frame here for you. I'm going to put a card there so that I can glue right up to these edges, and I don't have to worry about getting glue, my pocket gluing shut, because I'm actually putting the glue right down on my envelope, making sure I cover every last square centimeter on here. I'm even just covering my mat a bit there, but that's okay. It all wipes off, and I'm not going to, I'll probably just get this one done today anyway. So, we're going to pull that out. And then I'm going to take this piece and really stick it down here. Actually, I probably shouldn't have pulled that out. So, I'm going to stick it back in. Just in the event that some of my glue seeps when I scrape it. Because glue stick, if you get a little thick on there, it still can also seep a bit when you do scrape it. So I'm just going to put this down here. Hopefully when I do, it will be, oops, it's not neat along that edge. Let me do it this way and make sure my edge here is as straight as I can put it. I like that there, but I think it's going to take me over the edge of my paper. That's okay. We'll cut it with the scissors and then ink it. Something was not straight here. Probably my tearing abilities again. Okay, let's see here. There we go. That's much better. Much, much better. I'll just trim the excess off. And I'm going to trim out these two little brown corners here. And we'll get some pockets in this, and I'll consider it a little done folio. Then I can, you know, I don't know that I'm going to put much decoration on it, the outside. We'll see what I end up doing here. I really have no clue. Hadn't thought much about it. Okay, let's get that out of there. And see, I'm over by that much along the edge there. So I'm just going to trim it with scissors. And I don't think I'm going to ink it, because I think what I'm going to do is just trim out this book in my blue washi tape. So let me get everything trimmed along this edge here. I had it crooked anyway when I tore it, which isn't unusual. That happens a lot for me. And let's see here. Where's that sanding stick? Here it is. Might be able to do it okay with my sanding stick without too much problem. So let me try this here. Oop. Okay, still got quite a bit right here. So, our beautiful sunny days here in Ohio changed to windy. We even had a tornado watch in effect today in our county. Didn't get any. We just got some rain here and there and lots of wind. Would have been a wonderful day for flying a kite. Does anybody still fly kites anymore? Take your kids to the park, fly a kite? I used to do that with my son a very long time ago. Of course, I didn't run with the flag. Somebody else did. He did, or his dad, or somebody ran along with him. Running wasn't something I could do when he was young. All right. So, up. I'm going to stick a little extra glue under that piece. That's all right. I'm going to leave this and not cover the edges. I think I will ink around it. And if I decide to come back in and cover the edges, I will show you in a future video how it turns out. Now my little glue thing is not wanting to give me any glue. Let's try this again. There it comes. There it comes. Just glue it. Just glue it. Oops. What'd I do? Push down the wrong piece? Well, you know what? We're just going to leave it there. It just adds to the vintage look of the project. Okay, so now I'm going to just come in and clip this over to here without clipping into my paper. I hope I didn't just clip into my... No, I didn't. I'm not good at using... You could use an X-Acto knife to get this perfect. Unfortunately, I'm not a very good X-Acto knife user. So I'm going to try to do my best to trim it out with my scissors here. And then I'll come back in and ink what I need to. Just want that to calm down slightly. Oops. Yeah, all that trouble I went to and my pocket still wanted to glue down. So we'll put my fingers here while I trim this right here. I think that'll help a lot. Oh yeah, certainly did. Yep. And I think I'm going to come along with some washi tape and reinforce that so that the edges do not tear if somebody tries to use this. It's kind of like a little hidden pocket that you can put there in your journal, in a little folios, a little secret hiding place for something important. All right, so now I do have this. And we've got it covered on the front, and I have it this with a pocket here. And I think we'll add a pocket on this side. And then I have a map on the back. So let's start with my pocket over here. And I have this little pocket that I cut out using the die cut machine. Well, something got stuck to it, but that's okay. It will come off. There we go. And when it cut out, it came with these little gussets. So I think I'm going to put this one down here. So I do have at least one pocket in here that you could stick some stuff in and make it a little bit fatter place for things. So let's see if I can get my white glue down on it fairly easily here and get it glued down. Probably not, since I left it open for a few minutes, but we'll see. Oh yeah, there it comes. I'm going to just squeeze really, really hard here. Get the glue down. And most of your PVA glues, since they're used to bind books, they will stick down fairly good. Some will even do well with your fabrics. I've seen a lot of creators use Fabrifix. I like how it looks, but personally I don't like using it because even if you put it in a Sugar Belle bottle, it still gets very thick and it's hard for me to squeeze. So I do prefer where someone else might use Fabri-Tac, a lot of times I will use my glue gun. But we're just going to try this little bottle here and see how this does. I've never used one of these little bottles, so it's hard to get a bunch of glue out at one time. I will say that for it. It is definitely a needle point type bottle. So let's see. I'm going to hold that back and see if I can get this here. And how did I have that? Like this. There we go. There we go. Now it's back out of my way. Just got it in my palm here. So my granddaughter came over yesterday, and you guys, she's 8. She's going to be 9, and she is the funniest kid to be around when she's playing games or anything. She has the cutest little comments, and I just had a blast playing card games and stuff and doing crafts with her yesterday. And we played Barbies and did some crafts and all kinds of little things. You know what? I'm going to put that on this side. No, I want it over here. I changed my mind. Do you like how I did that so quickly? All right, so I'm going to put it down right here. And I'm just going to hold these down for a bit until it gets a chance to sticker it down. And then I'm going to look here to see what I have for some decoration. See, I think that did it. When I'm done, it's going to be closed up, so we'll find something over here that we can decorate with. I think I had one of the little Tim Holtz faux report cards in here. Let's see, where did it go? I think this is it. I've also got this Men and Boys clothing, and I have a writing fluid piece. Yeah, this is a, I gotta look at this closer. Oh yeah, says first and second semester. So what I'm gonna do is just simply, I'm gonna ink it up, and I'm gonna put that right down there on that pocket. Don't want to clip the top because I don't want to lose anything off the top here. So that is what's going there. And then I may add an additional pocket on the other side, or maybe just a little tuck, because it already has the larger pocket that you can fit things in. You've got this pocket here that goes the full length of your envelope. So let's see here. Give me a few. And I like how this is almost like a powdery blue when you put it on things. It just really looks nice. Just going along the edges here. And I don't know that I'm going to put anything else on here with this report card and on this pocket, because I kind of like the plain look. You could even make these little envelopes and sew a signature in at the center fold if you wanted. It'd be very easy to do that. and it's a good way to put a little notebook in your journal so someone can come along and what I want to say, they can come along and pull that out and use it, write something in it. Just really is a cool way to, a cool piece of ephemera to have in your journals. So I'll just put that right down there, and that will decorate that. I don't want to cover up any of the grades because I just think it looks super cool. Let's see what we can do. What can we do over here? Can we somehow, I really like that there. Do we want to just put that there? Or do we want to put the writing fluid? Honestly, oh, starting to rain out, folks. I like the writing fluid, so I think I'm just going to put a corner tuck and get up and use it. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. And I think I'll use the men and boys clothing piece on the very front. I like that too. Plus I have another small map here that we might be able to use. And I have a Tim Holtz boy and some other things. We'll see. I'm just about finished with this. If you want to fast forward to the end, I'm just basically going to finish up some decorating. So if you don't want to watch the decorating, you can go ahead and fast forward. I do need to use a different kind of glue along my edges here. So I'm going to go over here and pull out my larger bottle of white glue. This is the bottle I've been using prior to the little tiny one. It's just simply a glue bottle. I picked up a couple of them on Amazon. And it worked. I don't know if you guys can hear that wind in the background or not, but man, it is like blowing super hard out. I don't know what the wind speed is or anything, but man, it's really blowing. Now, this glue bottle does put out a little bit more, so I might have to use something and wipe away the extras, but let's see, I had it float. There it goes. I just kind of put it along here and push it down with the tip so that I don't get a bunch of things here. Yeah, there we go, just like that. And then I'm going to just stick this down here in the corner for a little tuck. I'm not going to put anything in it right now, but I'm just going to put this down here, not clear on the edge, but just kind of. And I have some ivory cards over here. For now, I'm just going to stick one in here in my little corner pocket, just so you can see that there is a pocket there. However, it's not going to fit, so I'll have to come back and do that. I think what I'm going to do for now is just get my excess here. There we go. And just simply put this here so that nothing sticks to each other in here. There we go. That needed pushed over a bit, didn't it? There we go. All right. So now here we are to the front. And because that is a gusset pocket, it'll need pushed down quite a bit, I would say. There we go. Glue sticks better for just gluing. You do other things with it as well, include burnishing down pieces. All right, so I have this, and I did have a Tim Holtz guy laying around here. Let me see if he's still hiding. Yep, clear under here. This is one of the Tim Holtz boys. He would look really cool, I think. And especially since it's, and let's just set him on top of that. Now we have this. I think that's what it's going to be. And I'm going to just simply pull a small label there to stick up there in the corner of some kind. I don't know what. Let's see what I got here. How about a 2, maybe? Or here is a blue label. It's kind of a big one. I don't know that I like that so much. Okay, let's see what else I got here. A lunch sack again. Explorer. Another label that's just slightly different. Let's see, what if I do this? What if I use this, or even a part of it, put that down, and then put this right here? Yep, that's what it's going to be. Already decided. You like how I did that? So let me ink my ephemera quickly and have it down. And we will call this project done. We didn't get a second one done, but that's okay. I can make more other days. We got 100 more days here to put up videos. Who said they all had to be something different? It's just simply you go in your craft room and you get crafting 100 days in a row. So if I come back and do a similar project, I'll change it up a bit, but I might do more envelope journals or folios, or this definitely will not be my last day for envelopes. There is a creator doing the 100-day project with simply envelopes. Her, I'm going to cover up my whale there, but I don't care. I kind of like the tail sticking there, and I'm going to go ahead and stick that on there. See his head and tail sticking out. Anyway, there is a creator. I believe it's Raven Village is her name, and she is doing all envelope projects. She posts some on her YouTube. Others are on YouTube Shorts or Instagram. So she's done some really, some have been simple projects, some have been cool, really cool. They're all cool, I think, using envelopes. Don't get me wrong. Some have been easier than others, but every one she's done thus far, once you see them, there's no confusion in how you do it, and they do look wonderful when she completes them. So if you're looking, have a bunch of envelopes, or you're looking for things to do with envelopes, that might be one thing that you could do, is pay her a visit and watch some of her videos and see. I like how he turned out with the arch there with the vines and things. I really, really like how that turned out. I mean, I love it. Super duper love it. I love it. Yeah, I know. That's what my hubby says too. Well, I guess there is a story there, folks. My hubby and I are together. However, we divorced back in 2000, and our divorce was final in 2012, and we were apart for about 10 years. And we started talking again, and life brought us back together, so to speak. So we are back together. Our family is happy about it. And we just have the one son. So when our granddaughter came over to spend time with us, we both got to spend time with her, which is really cool. So I don't want to cover up that vine because I really like that look. So maybe I'm just going to, let's just do this. I'm going to go ahead and fold this one all the way over. Onto the back. So now I have that. And I'm simply going to put this number, I don't have any blue round circles, but I like the way that that brown is there and kind of stands out. So I am going to go ahead and put that on there. Let me make sure I don't have anything. I might have a round one with a star that I could use. Let me double check here. If I got it, I'll use it. Oh, here's a basketball. Suppose I could use that, but really don't want to in this one. So let's see what else I've got here that might work. I know I did have a round circle with a star. Maybe it went clear to the bottom. Let's see if I do that, if I can find it. Nope. Of course not. Let's flip through here again. Do you ever do that? You find something you want to use, and by the time you use it, you've lost it and can't find it. So, wow. Oh, here's a, here we go. This will work just as well. I've got a blue-gray 3, and so instead of using that 2, I'm going to put that 3 there. And I really like that. I just didn't like that brown since everything else was coordinated with the blues. And I'm not going to ink this because I've already got the glue all over. And besides, the ink is practically the same color as the piece of ephemera. So it really won't do too much. Again, I don't want to cover up that line piece, but I want those 2 labels to connect. So I'm going to put that right here. There we go. And that's our little envelope folio, folks. You've got that. You have this right here to put things in. In fact, I can decorate that, and that will go in there. And people will and the person will be able to see that that's there, because I can leave it sticking out a little. And then I have a pocket here that has a little gusset on it that I could put some different tags or tickets or stamps or things like that in if I chose to. I'm not going to put any special closure on it. I think I have some of the Tim Holtz paper clips somewhere here on my desk that I simply can't find at the moment. However, I will end up putting one on here and just clipping it here, and that will be my little folio to put in the journal. If you did not use the gusseted pocket, it would probably close up and you'd have no problem whatsoever. It's the gusset pocket that's giving me just a little issue there because of the gusset. It just won't lay flat because of that. All right, y'all. You have a wonderful day. I'm so glad you joined me today. You come back for my next video, and I will see you all at a later date.